Hello everybody, happy Wednesday, April 15th? 15th? 15th, sorry. My days are all kind of mixed up because I'm working 6 days a week right now. Yeah, I think I said I was going to make a video on Monday and it didn't happen. Because Monday was like the day I celebrated my birthday, because my birthday was last week on the 8th, because I made my video on the 8th. But worked on my birthday, so celebrated my birthday on the 13th with my family, and went well. Got pizza and had cake, and we had a lot of cake. Holy shit, we had 2 different cakes. My dad got me like Easter chocolate covered marshmallow Easter eggs in it. It was just, there were so many sweets. Oh my god. I gained like 3 pounds in the past 2 days, and that's not a lie. I actually weighed myself this morning. I've gained 3 pounds since Sunday morning. So, and I've worked the past, I've worked 3 of the last 4 days. So yeah, so I have worked 41 of the last 47 days. That's gross. It's been exhausting, but the money's pretty sweet. It's kind of hard to complain about that. I was able to make all the repairs to my car that I needed. The car repairs were costly. That was over $1,000, because my car is a little over 10 years old now. It's not that the car is very old, it's just that it's got a lot of miles on it, and I took it literally across the country a few years ago. I went from Illinois down to North Carolina and back, and I took it through the mountains and stuff, and that took a toll on my car. And for a car that had 110,000 miles on it and was not in great shape at the time, I should not have taken it for a 2,500 mile trip. Anyways, I'm getting off track. Anyways, let's get to what the video is about. Let's just get right back on track. So I'm in good shape, but let's get back onto what the title of the video is, because you guys are probably wondering what the fuck I'm talking about. The title of the video is it's from high school. So my first story was from a few weeks ago, or a month ago, whenever it was. So that one was intense, but this one is comedic. Gotta have some comedy in here. It was embarrassing. It was scary at the end, but it was just, oh my god, I can't believe I'm telling this story on YouTube. Anyways. I have told this story to countless people. It is gross, but it is funny, so I'll put a trigger warning in the beginning that it's just gross. It's gross. But I'm going to tell it. I'll try to say, I'll try to say the details. I'll try to say the details as delicately as possible. Don't worry about my cough. I'm not sick. I woke up early and I'm fine. By the way, yes, I'm drinking coffee out of one of the largest mugs I have ever owned. But anyways, okay, so let's get back on track. So, my senior year of high school, I played trumpet for 7 years, for my 6th grade year all the way through senior year of high school. And my senior year of high school, I still have my trumpet, by the way, because the company that I was renting it from went out of business, and then they just stopped collecting on my trumpet, and then they didn't ask for my trumpet back, so I just got a free trumpet out of it after they went out of business. So I played trumpet, and in my senior year of high school, the show choir at my high school, they needed 2 trumpet, or I think they had 2 trumpet players. What was it? They wanted 2 trumpet players, and one of the trumpet players backed out, so it was just me. And I was the only senior in the show choir band. Everybody else in the show choir band was either a junior or a sophomore. I don't think there was any freshmen. Anyways, so I was kind of the outcast in the band. In that, I was only a senior, and I think there was like 8 of us. I could be way off with these numbers. I don't know. It was 10 years ago, and my brain is kind of fried right now because it's early in the morning. And the story is kind of plaguing my mind. Anyways, here we go. So show choir. So we did competitions. I think we did four or five. And there's one in Manteno, Illinois, which or was it? No, it was Crete-Monee. Sorry, Crete-Monee. How dare I forget which town it was in, because this was god-awful. So it was Crete-Monee, so it was about, I think it's like an hour and 10 minutes away from where I live. So we drove down there, and we did the competition. I think we came in like third or fourth, something like that. And on the way back, it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I think it was a weeknight, if I remember correctly. It was like a Monday night or Sunday night, something like that. Anyways, or like a school night. Yeah, because the next day I had to go to school after all this shit happened, and I was pissed. So we did the competition. We come in third or whatever. I think the band came in second because they rated. They placed the show choir, and then they placed the band separately. And then they placed everybody together or whatever. Anyways, so I'm getting off track. Oh my god, I gotta get to this story. So afterwards they gave us food, and it was like a bucket of like 30 chicken wings, and there were 70 people in the show choir, I think, and then like the parents and the staff and the whatever, and then like 8 show choir band members. It was like 30 chicken wings, and it's like, well, that's not gonna feed all of us. So we stopped at a little tiny McDonald's in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in Crete-Monee, Illinois. And I think there was like 2 people working there because it was like 10 o'clock at night. And I ordered a chicken wrap because I was like, let's try to be healthy because, you know, I'm 17 and whatever the fuck. So I ordered a chicken wrap, and I took one bite out of it, and it was rock solid cold. And I chewed it. I chewed it to find out that it was cold, that it was raw chicken in the middle. And I was so hungry that I swallowed the first bite before like my brain processed that it was raw, and I spit the rest out. But I had already swallowed raw chicken, and I was like, okay, one piece of raw chicken isn't going to do much damage to my body. I was fucking wrong. Oh my god, I was so fucking wrong. So we're on like 2 or 3 school buses on the way back home, and we're on the highway. It's like 10:30 at night at this point, and we had like the windows down even though it's February because we're all jam-packed in this bus and it's fucking hot. So we smell like the manure from the pastures that we're passing by. You know, we're passing farms and farmland and whatever, and we're smelling horses and cows and shit. And no pun intended. We're literally smelling shit. But then I feel my stomach starting to turn, and I was like, oh, this can't be good. I remember just looking out the window this way, and we had show choir buddies that we were like partnered up with. So mine was sitting right next to me, like leg to leg, and I was like, oh no. I was like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and I was like, nope, that's not the direction it's coming. Nope. And I was like, oh no. So I thought I had to fart. It's so bad. I thought I had to fart. I was like, okay, it's just a fart. So I was like, alright. And thought I farted, and immediately I was like, nope. That was not a fart. That was not a fart. I was like, So I repositioned myself, and when I popped up and sat back down, I sat in it. And let me tell you, up until that point in my life, I don't think I've ever been more disgusted than sitting in my own poop. As a high schooler. On a school bus on the way home from a show choir competition, sitting leg to leg with he turns and looks at me and goes like, wow, man, I can really smell that horse shit. It's like it's right next to me. Oh my god. Oh, it was so embarrassing at the time. Oh, looking back, I can't stop cracking up. He actually said, like, it's like it's right next to me. I was like, it is right next to you, but I can't say it out loud. Oh, okay. Alright, so... Oh my god. So all that happens. So we're flying on the highway. I remember like screaming down, I'm like, how much longer do we have to go? And he was like, I think about another half an hour. I'm like, oh fuck me, this is terrible. So we get back to the high school, and I let out a couple more farts. And I was like, this is not happening. This is not happening right now. So we get back to the school, and luckily this was one of those rare days where I actually wore boxer briefs and not just boxers, so it kind of held it in. So I get back to the high school, and excuse me, we have a bunch of equipment and stuff. You know, we have like the amps and we have the instruments, we have everything. And for whatever fucking reason, the world's fate had this day being the day that I volunteered to help unload the equipment into the school. So the show choir director's like, Conrad, come on over and unload the equipment. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna book it home. And I remember I had my keys on me. I had my mom's minivan in the parking lot, and I was waddling. I was waddling to the car. Do I want to do that for you? No, I don't. Just imagine me walking, pinching my butt together like a penguin. Fuck it, I'm doing it. I don't even know if this is gonna get it very well, but I was walking in my car like this. Oh, that wasn't even pointing in the right direction. Oh my god. Okay. So, this video's going off the fucking rails. So, get into my car, I get home, I go to the bathroom, second I get in the toilet, I throw up. I was like, okay, this could not be getting any worse. Or no, I'm sorry. I go to the bathroom, and then my parents wake up, and I walk into the room, and I'm like, so I was on the bus, and I got and I throw up on the floor. My parents' bedroom floor. I throw up all over the floor. They're like, okay, you're sick. And I'm like, yep. Go back into my bathroom and I throw up some more. Go into their bathroom and I throw up in their bathroom. I threw up in... There was so much stuff coming out of me, I don't even know where it was coming from because I hadn't eaten all day. Except for that one bite of the chicken wrap. Then like blood started coming out of me and it was just really bad. So I wound up going in an ambulance to the hospital at like 2:30 in the morning. And the paramedics got me in the ambulance and they gave me a bunch of medication to try to calm my system down. But they gave me a finger prick to try to get some blood out of me. And they pricked my finger and it took 3 paramedics squeezing from my shoulder down my arm, like 6 hands squeezing from my shoulder down my arm all the way up to my finger to get one bead of blood out, because all the blood had rushed out of my arms and my legs and everything up to my brain. Like, all the blood had rushed out of my arms, my extremities, everything had rushed into my chest, into my brain, everything, all my blood. None of my blood was in my arms or anything. My arms were pale as a ghost. I mean, they were just like, it was just ridiculous. They're just like, we have never seen this before, where we could not get any blood out of somebody's arm ever. Like, they couldn't get a vein, they couldn't find a vein to get an IV in, they couldn't do anything. They're like, you are like severely dehydrated. I was like, okay. And they're like, we need to get you to the hospital right away and get some IV fluids in you. So they got me to the hospital, and the room that I was in for the 4.5 hours I was in the hospital was next to a 600-pound drunk man they had arrested for being drunk in public with a blood alcohol. I think that I overheard was like 4 times the legal limit. And he would not stop hitting on the nurses and then threatening to like punch them in like, I think he threatened to punch one of the nurses in the ovary. Like, I was like, what the fuck is this guy on? He was like, hey nurse, show me your tits. And then he's just like, you know what, if you don't, I'm gonna punch you in the ovary. I'm like, I was like, I feel like I'm dying, and this guy is talking about punching a nurse in the ovary. I'm like, that's not even possible, but I'm almost impressed that he can even think that far, because he doesn't have the... Okay, yikes. Anyways, so I got home at like 8 in the morning, after being in the hospital for 4.5 hours. I skipped the first 2 periods of school, and then I had to go to school. Did not get to take the day off. Went to school, and the choir director was like, where'd you go? And I still had the hospital band on, and I was like, went to the hospital last night. And he was like, for what? I'm like, I got food poisoning from that chicken wrap. And I was like, but I think I was also really dehydrated, and something else was wrong with my system. But I was like, but yeah, I shit myself in the bus. And he goes, and I swear to God this is true, he goes, wait, that was that fucking smell in the bus? He's like, oh my God. He's like, I thought somebody just ripped ass. He's like, we took a shit in the bus. It's like, well, I didn't mean to, it wasn't intentional. Yeah. It wasn't really an event that really like affected my mental health. It was embarrassing as shit. And then on the ambulance, like, we went over some train tracks to get to the hospital, and it wasn't that bumpy or anything, and I was like, wow, that was kind of smooth. And he was just like, oh, this is a brand new ambulance, you're our very first patient on it, congratulations. And I'm like, great, I just puked out my guts and shit on a bus. I'm not in a great mood right now. I was like, can you just get me to the hospital and fix me up? But, yeah, it was quite a time to be alive. And, it was quite a wild night. I think we had one more competition that year, and on the way back, everybody had found out about what happened, and on the way back, I got on the bus, and I think I remember, like, my choir buddy and I sat in one of the seats, and like nobody sat in the seat like in front of me, behind me, or next to me. It was like a joke. Like, everybody was like, oh, avoid those seats around him. And I was like, very funny, guys. I was like, can you get on the bus? And then like halfway back to the school, like after the competition had ended, like halfway back to the school, I was like, uh-oh, guys, it happened again. And they're like, no, it did not. I'm like, yeah, no, it didn't. Like, damn it, Alex. I'm like, well, I just had to have some fun with it. I was just like, well, I gotta have some fun with it, I think. And like, did it actually happen now? I'm like, no, I can't believe that actually happened to me as a 17-year-old. Like, that was ridiculous. But, oh my God. And just love the choir director after, like the day after, like, that was the smell on the bus. Somebody shit on it. I was like, yeah, that was me. And I was like, could you not tell from the way I was walking to my car that looked like the world's like worst burglar, like trying to like get away from a scene of a crime. I was like, okay. So, anyways, that was I've told that story maybe probably like 150 times since it happened. I mean, that was 10 years ago. That's the first time I've told that story in like 3 years. But it's funny every fucking time because that's just so ridiculous. Um, but yeah, I totally shit myself on a bus, and yeah, as a 17-year, I turned 18 I think 2 months later. Anyways, it was just it was something. And then I had to go to school the next day, even after all that, going to the hospital. Because I think it was just determined that I think it was like a combination of like mild food poisoning, but I was just like severely dehydrated at the same time. And I think my system just kind of freaked out because I didn't really know what to react to. Like being dehydrated or being like poisoned. I didn't really know what to do. So it just kind of, my body just kind of just erupted in every way it knew how to because it just didn't know what to do. But yeah, so that was that. I hope no one was eating before before they watch this. I probably should have started with that. If you've eaten, please don't watch the rest of this video. Probably should have started with that. Maybe I'll actually say that now, and I'll edit it to put it at the beginning. But yeah. No, I won't. Just, it's a funny story. You should watch it. Anyways, that's that. So yeah, I'm going to 6 days a week working right now. So my videos, I don't know if it's not going to be on Tuesdays anymore because I work 11 to 7 on Tuesdays now. And I don't feel like making a video at 8 in the morning. Mondays are my day off, so it might be Mondays. Wednesdays I work late, so it might be Wednesdays. I don't know. But I'll try to make it Mondays because Mondays I have off, so I really don't have an excuse for why it shouldn't come out on a Monday. So look for my videos to come out on Mondays now. Oh fuck, my video's gonna come out at 4:20. I hate 4:20 because I hate weed. Anyways, I will try to get my video out on Mondays from now on. So keep an eye out for my videos. They'll be out on Mondays now. So April 20th to 27th, and then May 4th, and then May 11th, May 18th, then and stuff. Yeah, I hope everybody had a good laugh with this video. I know I did. I'm coughing because I was just laughing so hard. That's the only reason I'm coughing so much. Laughing and coughing. Anyways, everybody have a great week, great weekend coming up, and everybody for the stay-at-home order and everything. I'm hoping that you're able to find ways to laugh and enjoy yourselves despite being stuck at home and quarantined and stuff. And for those of you who have to work through this and who are nurses, doctors, or know people who are nurses and doctors, thank you for those who are working through all this. Or who have to work through this that don't really have a choice to, kind of like me. But for those of you who know, like nurses, doctors, healthcare professionals, paramedics, what am I saying? Paramedics, firefighters, policemen, anything like that, please thank them whenever you have a chance. I have plenty of police officers that stop in to get snacks and stuff from my store every day. I always thank them and make sure that they're know that they're appreciated. It goes a long way to just let them know that they are appreciated. Whether they help you directly or not, just say thank you. Just say thank you for all that they do. It goes a long way. Trust me. I don't know that firsthand, but I have seen and heard stories. Last night I was ringing up a nurse who just came off a shift at a a nursing home, and she also works at home, working in the healthcare field as well. So she works 2 jobs in the healthcare field, one from home and one on site. And she and I just talked for 10 minutes because we were dead, and we talked for 10 minutes, and she was like, if this quarantine thing wasn't going on, she's like, I would have asked for like a hug right now, because she's like, because you actually made my day feel a whole lot better. It's little things, just little things like just saying that you're appreciated, talking to people, just making them feel welcome, warm, happy. So just, do your best, be kind to one another. We really need to lean on each other right now, and just do your best to, like I said, there are some people out there that are just assholes. You can pin them, you can peg them for just being an asshole and just hating life and just being an asshole. There are people out there just wanting to make their lives miserable, wanting to make other people's lives miserable. But then there are people out there that are just having bad days, that are usually lovable, laughable people. Try to boost those guys' spirits up a little bit. If you see, a regular customer, a regular person, a regular neighbor, regular whatever, that is usually in a great mood, that is in a down mood, just try to boost their spirit a little bit, because you don't know what they're going through, and just saying, hi, how are you, have a great day, you might boost their day a little bit. So just everybody be kind to one another, and just try to help everybody out of this funk that we're all in, and everybody have a great week coming up. And if you need any help because you're stuck in a bad situation, because you are stuck at home, there is a link in my description called victimsconnect.org. It is, while you may be a survivor in many ways, the link, unfortunately, it's not called survivorsconnect.org, it's called victimconnect.org. I can't change the name of the link, but it connects you to every abuse hotline in the nation. And it will, if you're stuck in a domestic violence situation, if you're stuck with, if you've gone back to substance abuse, if you've relapsed, if you're addicted to anything, or if you're stuck in an abuse situation, it's got every hotline in America in that website. So go check it out if you are in a situation where you need help, or if you know somebody who's in a situation that needs help. Let them know of that site, or give them the number to whatever they may need. Again, you may not know what somebody is going through, or if you do know what they're going through, just reach out, try to be kind to one another. Reach out and just try and offer help to someone in need right now could mean everything in the world right now. And that's all I'm going to say for this video, but I'm going to keep saying this every video because it's really important to say right now. It's really important to get out there right now. So with that being said, I hope you had a laugh at the beginning of the video. Sorry to get really serious at the end of the video, but it's just something I'm going to be doing every video, because it's really, really, really important to get out there every video, because I really feel strongly about it. So everybody have a great week coming up, and I will see everybody next week on Monday, April 20th. Ugh, I hate that day, but I will see everybody April 20th.